Hi, Stephen from the Aroundtable here, and another anniversary or recent anniversary within the Kiss world is on October 9th, 2012. Kiss released Monster, their 20th studio album. Um, I bought this deluxe edition, it looks like a book. Is this going to be their final album? Probably. Well, you know what? I'm not going to say that. I think later on, that when they stop touring, if this really is the end of the road, they got to do something to make the merchandise go. And, you know, maybe if they do a greatest hits with a couple of new tracks, I'm sure they can do one or two new songs on a greatest hits. Another full-fledged album, Paul Stanley doesn't seem to be too keen on it. He says that the new music can't keep up with the legacy of the old material. In a way, he's right, because nobody plays the new material on the radio. I mean, I never heard Hell or Hallelujah on the radio. Never heard it. Never heard the other song. What was the other one? Long Way Down. They're great songs. Um, Great songs. But you know what? I never heard them. I never, like, even on classic rock radio, we have one here. I never heard it. We have a classic rock station in Montreal called Chaume. I never heard it. They mentioned it once, and then right after that they played Rock and Roll Night, So how are the songs supposed to resonate with the fan base if they never hear the song? So until they go to the show. I heard this as I bought the album. I knew it was coming out, and I saw it, and I bought it. So being a Kiss fan, I followed their website, and I said, "Oh, a new album coming out, picking it up." Overall, I liked it. For some reason, Hell or Hallelujah, it's a good song, but for some, it should not open the album. They needed a different song. Like on Sonic Boom, Modern Day Delilah is a great opening track. Hell is good, but there's something that it opens the album oddly. I don't know why. For the rest of the songs, Freak is pretty good. I heard they were supposed to do something with Lady Gaga on with that. Back to the Stone Age. I like that one from Gene Simmons. I don't know why I do. It's a very simple song. Shout Mercy. I like that one. Long Way Down. Eat Your Heart Out is a great one from. I like the beginning, like a cappella version of. They start Eat Your Heart Out, baby. I don't ask me to sing it. I'm gonna hurt your ears. But that intro is really cool. I like that. All for the Love of Rock and Roll from Eric Singer. Last Chance is good. I think it's a good album. It's a solid album. If this is actually their last album, there's nothing to cringe about. It's a good slice of classic rock, and they have nothing to be ashamed about on this album. But, at the time when they released it, streaming, I think, was, taking over, and nobody was really buying albums anymore. People were just streaming it. So, and you had to realize that Sonic Boom, that came out 3 years prior, they hadn't had an album since Psycho Circus. So Sonic Boom was big because we haven't heard anything new. So then, that wow factor, I think, was diminished. So I don't think it mattered that if Monster is better or not than Sonic Boom. Kiss silenced the critics, or a lot of the fans, with Sonic Boom, because they said they came out with a strong album after all. They were saying that they are a viable recording unit as well. So I think Monster kind of fell by the wayside because it didn't get played. Like I said, I never heard one song on the radio ever. I heard Modern Day Delilah, and I heard it once or twice, but I never heard anything from Monster on the radio ever. I saw once a video somewhere for one of the songs of Monster, and I think it was Hell or Hallelujah. Could have been that, but needless to say, like I said, I think with Sonic Boom, capitalizing on, we hadn't heard a Kiss album in over 10 years, a decade. After Psycho Circus, which a lot of people didn't like. I'm learning to like it now. There's some really good tracks on there, some so-so tracks, but it's a decent album. But I think there was so long, and then suddenly, the new material. Oh my God, a new Kiss, and it sounds like Kiss. Oh my God, like classic Kiss, like 70s Kiss a bit, right? So that was good too, in a sense that 70s fans were very satisfied, I think, with that sonic boom. But the guys who grew up in the 80s, who may have went, well, what is this? Like, I think there was a mix there somewhere. Monster, I thought they took their influences, like you can hear a bit of the Guess Who and stuff like that. Guess Who, the Who, and they put their influences on these songs. So it's not just a Kiss; it's Kiss playing homage to the rock gods that influenced them. So a lot of people said it doesn't sound like the traditional Kiss album. It is and it isn't. It's Kiss playing. It's four guys. These four guys wrote the songs themselves and played the instruments. It's just they just took their influences and incorporated it into the Kiss sound. So I still think this is a Kiss album. It's not like it's like I mentioned before, Carnival of Souls, which doesn't sound anything like a Kiss album to a lot of people. This sounds like a Kiss album, but they're all, you hear an influence on it, and there's nothing bad with that. They did it nicely. There are some really good songs. Like I said, I like Back to the Stone Age, Shout Mercy, Long Way Down, Eat Your Heart Out, All for the Love of Rock and Roll. I think those are solid. And I think they should be, if there's ever again, like I said, a retrospective. Besides putting Hail or Hallelujah, put something else. Put a couple of tracks. You know, I think it deserves to be heard. Like I said, I think it's just timing. I think it came out too soon after Sonic Boom. I know they were excited because people liked Sonic Boom and it did well in the charts. And they went number 2. Monster went number 3, which is respectable. It's not like it went to number 99. It was number 3. And that's good. In the day of streaming, that's really good. But I think it didn't get played on radio. I think it came out too soon after Sonic Boom, so that excitement is not, because people just got like, new album with Sonic Boom after all these years, and we never thought we'd hear anything again, and they did. So I think that momentum was kind of shut down. Maybe if they waited 2-3 more years, maybe 5 after, and give it rest. Like people go like, are they going to do something? Is there going to be a follow up to? And then boom, yeah, like if this Monster would have come out during the farewell tour, yeah, I think that would have been, pretty interesting too. But that's me. I still think this is a solid, and it's a respectable album for them. If it is their final album, I think they're going to record some couple of tracks for a greatest hits package eventually. I'm pretty sure. I'm sure they're going to do something like that. But all in all, I think this is a respectable rock album from these guys who have nothing left to prove. And you can't say anything but it's respectable. It's not cringeworthy. I mean, this is not, I think it's better than Psycho Circus, in a sense, a little bit better than Psycho Circus. So, if they were worried about that their last album would be Psycho Circus, they seem to have this thing that Paul didn't want Psycho Circus to be their last album. If you remember releasing a bad album, per se, I think this is okay. I have nothing against it. But let me know what you think. Did you like Monster? What tracks did you like? Would you like to hear more songs off on a retrospective? I know I do. I think it's overlooked, and I think it deserves its place in the Kiss pantheon of albums. Like I said, it may not be a masterpiece, but it's solid, and that's all you can ask for. And they seem to be excited playing on it. And that's for me half the battle. If the band is excited playing this material, then it sounds exciting to listen to. But that's me. But let me know what you think. I'd love to hear your thoughts on Monster. Any favorite tracks? Do you hate the album? Do you love the album? This is Steve from the Roundtable. I'm signing off, and I'm wishing everybody the very best.